I'm Spencer, and today we're going to talk about 3 bogus things that, from a health and fitness standpoint, you don't have to do anymore. Number 1, work out for a predetermined amount of time per day or days per week. Now, I don't know where this started, probably in the 70s, probably had to do with Jane Fonda or the first time that people got together and exercised in a group. But look, I can't find anywhere. There's no study or research that supports that there's a predetermined amount of time or a certain number of days a week that you have to exercise to get the results that you're looking for. We do get this question asked a lot. Hey, how many days a week, is ideal? And the real answer is, well, how much are you training right now? It's pretty relative. If you're not working out at all, then a PR for exercise would be 10 minutes for not the day, but for the week. Now, what seems to be more backed up by research is the duration of training from a week-by-week basis. That means it would be more beneficial for you to water down what you're doing, but do it on a daily basis where you could continue and sustain that long term. What that means is that it'd be much better for you to start with seemingly insignificant efforts in terms of exercise versus these really intense over-the-top sessions that require you to take a long stint horizontally. But I bet you already knew that. Number 2, peri-workout nutrition. And this is a fancy way of saying the type of food that you consume surrounding a workout. When I first started training, I was told, I researched it, I believed it, that you had to consume 30 to 40 grams of a whey isolate within a very specific window of 20 to 30 minutes post-workout. This was paramount to you receiving any type of results or gains from a hypertrophic standpoint. You know what the research says? There's research that shows that you can consume food before. There's research that shows you can have it after. There's research that shows there's certain types of food, from protein to whole foods. Do you know what this means? It means that all of those are okay. And it turns out that there isn't a conclusive stance that says that you have to consume a certain type of food. I think what we should probably hang our hat on is that you should be consuming food at some point surrounding a workout. Now, I'm not saying that protein powder is bad. And in fact, of all the stuff that's been researched as far as supplementation goes, a whey isolate has been researched enough to say that it's okay for us, and there is some benefit to taking it. But the whole reason that you would take it is if you couldn't get real food. Because look, there's no benefit to a protein powder that could exceed a real protein with a full profile of amino acids. So if you're so busy that you can't come home and cook, if you're working out for multiple sessions at a time where your break is 10-15 minutes and it's a multi-hour endeavor, protein supplementation is probably a good idea. But for the rest of us, as long as we are eating somewhere within an hour period before, after, we're probably gonna be fine. Just for the record, I'm not God's gift to fitness or exercise, but it's been about 7 years since I had a protein supplement, and I gotta tell you, I haven't noticed any degradation in performance. To be honest with you, my stomach feels a little bit better not consuming it. Last but not least, the third thing that you can avoid at this point in time in the year 2021 is doing what everybody else is doing. Look, I get it. We're social creatures. You and I both love to have people around us when we train. We love to be pushed. We love to be inspired. We hop on social media in order to find that inspiration, Lady Fortuna, that will guide us down the road to the next iteration of ourselves as we evolve as human beings. But to get a response from a workout exactly like someone you saw on Instagram or in the gym is to say you are exactly that person, that your life is their life, that your genetics are their genetics, that you are them. Now, if you're not actually them, that means you're not actually them. It means you can't use them as a litmus of what your experience is going to be. And what this means is that you have to go through your own trial and error, just like that person did that you're emulating, just like that person that you're using as an inspiration went through. And you got to come up with what works for you. Because unfortunately, there is research that supports, and it's pretty buttoned up as far as this is concerned, that when you factor in lifestyle, background, goals, limitations, not to mention personality, behavioral regulation, and more, you are an individual. I don't say that because I want you to get a big head about it or think that you're a unique snowflake and you're not going to do some of the same stuff that other people have done, but the combination of that is going to be bespoke to you. Now, if this is true and you are unique, well, why aren't you training like that? The good news is that figuring out through trial and error what works for you isn't that hard, but it's a skill. It means there's specific things that we have to test. There's specific things that you can determine for yourself that will open up the door to embrace the training that you should be doing. Now, we've been tinkering and tweaking this data collection, and we've done it a lot. Don't want to toot my own horn, but we're getting pretty good at it, meaning that if you were to come in and subject yourself to just a few seemingly easy tests, we can determine for you exactly the type of training that you should be doing. And as a staff, we've thought a lot about this, and we've thought a lot about the current state of fitness, where we'd like to see things go. And where we'd like to see things go is enjoy being social creatures, but to not skimp on the individuality that's necessary in order for us to, one, actually like doing this long term, and two, continue to see results for the rest of our lives. A free assessment, a free consultation here in-house at CFTC, no strings attached. You come in, we'll take you through this battery of tests, and by the time you finish, we'll tell you exactly how you should exercise. Now, if from there you'd like for us to help you, obviously nothing would make us happier. But if all you get out of this is how from here on out you should start to exercise, then that to us seems like a win. If you're interested, please click the link in whatever this video is going to be attached to, and we look forward to connecting with you and giving you something that could last the rest of your life.